chairman, co-founder and CEO of Cricket Council USA and the US Open T20, Mohammad Qureshi. He has with him the mascot for this tournament, Ayan Qureshi, and of course sitting next to him is the lady who runs the show really up here, and that's Samantha Qureshi. You don't want to get her upset. So she will give us all the details this morning. And then joining him at the head table is the poster boy in American cricket, and that is the man called Muhammad Ali Khan. So without further ado, I'd just like to put you across straight to the chairman, Mr. Qureshi, who will give us his thoughts on this tournament that is just before us. Over to Mr. Qureshi.
Thank you for everybody, and we start, this is the 10 years anniversary, and put 10 years together, show up this year. US Open is growing and growing every year. As you know, 2014 has been playing, and we have, after 10 years, we have the social media and grown up so huge. And this event is covering live on India, which is Dece Sports, and we have AFP also covering on those, and we have another coverage is AFP and MAC TV. As you know, that's is going to worldwide coverage is also they're coming in, and then welcome to all the teams who's coming and participating on this one. Big names, big players, but all is come back to performance. I like to join everybody 12 to 16. 16 is the final, and I want to see everybody. And this is a 10th anniversary, 10 years. All the players in US Open has been playing for the last 10 years, and I like to enjoy with them. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Qureshi, and of course we all know what he has done for cricket here in America, and one of the guys that he really inspired was Muhammad Ali Khan, and a little later on you're going to hear from Ali Khan as he speaks about his exploits around the cricketing world. He's a hot item now, and he got his roots here at the US Open T20 tournament. So you're probably wondering, what this is all about. When are we going to start? Because I know that you're very anxious. Of course, those of you in India as well, looking at the coverage on Discovery, as Mark spoke to you earlier on about. And the person to give us all this information is Samantha Qureshi. She is here this morning.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say good afternoon and thank you for joining us. We look forward to a great tournament this year. We're going to be kicking things off December 12th live at 8 a.m. for our opening ceremony, followed by our first match at the stadium, U.S. All-Stars versus UCT UAE. Preliminary matches will follow through Friday afternoon, which then quarterfinals and semifinals are to follow Friday evening through Saturday. We'd like to invite everyone out to watch all the matches, but especially the finals, which will play Sunday, December 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, once again, joining us will be the Youth U.S. Open. Their games will run through Saturday through Monday. You can find their games running outside the stadium. Thank you.
This is what I said, when you don't want to get her upset. She's straight to the point. No fancy talk here this morning. She means business, and this is why this tournament has been a success over the years, because people they've really worked very hard. Samantha's husband as well, Sofian Kamar, who can't be at the press conference this morning because he's out there making it happen, bringing everything behind the scenes so that you could sit in your living rooms and enjoy what we have here at the US Open. So as I said before, we have Ali Khan here, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions. He'll be, of course, the headline act at the US Open. Ali, good afternoon, and of course, you're here to take part in this US Open, and they tell me that you came here as a little boy as well to play this tournament.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say thanks to Mr. Mac Qureshi for inviting me to this press conference. It's good to be here, and thanks for the good introduction. Yeah, I remember my journey started with the first US Open that I played was 2013, and back then I was nobody, and Mac gave me a chance to come here and show my talent. So after that, when I came here and performed, since then people started to get to know me. And throughout those 2013 till last year, it's been a great journey with US Open, and every year it's getting bigger and bigger. Last year was very special because we had DJ Broward in our team, US All-Stars, and I was spotted by him, and he gave me opportunity to play in Caribbean Premier League, which went well for us. And from there, My journey started in the international cricket and it's going well so far, and this US Open helps a lot with all this stuff, because for the youngsters it's very helpful. If they come and play with all the international stars or rub their shoulders with them, it's a great learning process for them. It's a great platform, so I would encourage everyone to come down there and put in your team and come down here and play US Open. And this year is going to be bigger than ever, and can't wait to get it started.
And of course, in a recent interview with Dwayne Bravo, he said that last year's tournament, he was invited by Qureshi to come up here and play. He met you, and immediately after a couple deliveries, he went to his brother Darren and he said, this kid could bowl. We need to get his contact information. I guess from then, and then he told me after every time he sees you, on the field doing well, it gives him goosebumps.
Yeah, thanks to Mr. Mack again for putting him in our team so I could go out and play with him, and where he spotted me. He's a great guy, great leader, and he just gives me a lot of confidence when I'm on the field, and that helps me to go out and perform, and it's just his leadership qualities that helps to grow cricketers like me, and it's going to continue to do well.
And I'm sure that you'll be urging all of America and all the fans to come down here at the US Open.
Yeah, just come down here. I can't wait to get it started. It's the biggest party in America right now, and it's starting on the 12th of December, starting with US All-Stars versus UCT UAE. And yeah, just come out here, and if you can come, just make sure you go on Facebook and MacTV.com and watch it live.
Well, thanks a lot, Ali. And, we are very fortunate here this morning to have a man who is playing a dual role. He's the captain of the US All-Stars, Shaun Qureshi, and he's also one of the sponsors of this tournament, Exquisite Boca. And I'd just like to ask him to come forward just to share a few thoughts with us, being the leader of the US All-Stars. He's telling me, he's boasting that he has the most talent available on his team, and one wonders if they will go on, to do well and to probably make the guys down here in Florida very proud. Shaun, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a bit about what you have assembled this year for the US Open.
Well, we assembled a mix of good guys. We like to include talent from all over the world. So we have Wayne Parnell coming from South Africa. We have Ali Khan. We have Jaskaran Malhotra. We have Rajesh Sharma. Pargat coming from India. So we have a lot of guys from a lot of different countries, and it just gives us a good mix of talent.
Well, you won the title in 2016. Last year you reached the finals and just couldn't get past that final hurdle.
Yeah, it was a tough final for us. It just wasn't our day. So we're looking to make sure, we play some good cricket and give us a good chance to win the final this year.
And of course, I know that you have been doing a lot of hard work on a personal level. You've had Rajesh, even Tanvir and Mark bowling their arms off. And you're really looking forward to make an impression this year.
Yeah, I've been playing some cricket out in Orlando, and I've been practicing a lot after I came here to, get ready for the tournament. So I'm just having a few hits in the nets and, getting ready to maybe hit some big shots.
And tell us a final question for you. What has really been the mood surrounding the US Open? I know back in Trinidad where a number of teams are coming. In addition to the players, you have youth teams coming up. They're very excited in Trinidad. In Trinidad, they normally don tools for every reason. I think during the US Open, they would not be working. They'll be looking at the US Open. What has been the atmosphere up here?
It's a big party. I mean, everyone comes here, it's Miami. It's the place to be. So everyone comes here and they try to play some good cricket and have fun. So it's another version of the CPL, it's a big party out there.
Well, thanks a lot, Shaun, for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, you've heard it there from everyone that's available, and the people who will make things really wonderful at the US Open this year. Remember, it's the 10th edition, and it's a big party, and every time you hear about a party, you want to attend. And anytime there's Caribbean flavor, I'm sure that it will be a success. Welcome to this episode of The Yorker. Of course, you're viewing Mac TV, and we have with us a number of guests leading up to the U.S. Open, a number of interests, and people coming in, and they're really excited about cricket and about the U.S. Open. So we have my friend here. He's originally from India, but now he resides in New Jersey, Niraj Shivan. We're here at the tennis courts, and this guy seems to be a destructive fella, because I was looking here and I was wondering, I was hoping to come here tonight and play some lawn tennis, but I'm looking here and I'm not seeing any bulbs. I'm not seeing the entire shade has gone. You want to tell me where that went, Shaun?
It flew somewhere. I hit the ball and it's gone. Yeah.
But Shaun, a tennis ball would never do that. Were you playing cricket here?
Yeah, we used to play cricket here to get better bounce. The ball slides off here quicker, so when we need more bounce to practice playing off the back foot with short balls, we would come over here and play. We even played here during a hurricane one time.
Wow, so that shows passion for the game. I'm just going to move across to his father, Mark, who is here at the nets. And, of course, every parent would get upset when their kids break a light or even damage this very expensive surface here, a hard court surface here at the house. Mark, did you get annoyed, or were you a part of this whole thing?
No, I'm given the passion for the play cricket anyway. So the house and material made it for the kids. I never think that is expensive. The kids are more expensive personality. You cannot replace the kids, but you can replace the light bulbs and the wall. So for me, it's not big issues. And then we let him play openly, can play, hit the roof and hit that, batting cages and lightings and all other things. More you can play, more you can learn.
And tell us a bit about Shaun and whether or not he did play lawn tennis to any degree.
Yeah, there's sometimes rain and all storms coming, so it's a better surface to play with him because they're batting cage. So his coach is Mansoor Akhtar. He brought him here and play with the hard balls and play knocking down the balls all over. We have the 2 golf course here. Ball go to there's no neighbor to hit the ball, so it's pretty much safely out there. And he can play cricket anytime he wants to play.
Well, it's safe enough, but not safe enough for all the lighting fixtures that has basically disappeared. There are 20 lamps here. I'm only seeing 2 standing. Well, Shaun, tell us, your dad, of course, was born in Pakistan. And he came to United States. Of course, you were born here. We all know cricket is not a mainstream sport in America. But what got you interested, and when did that cricket bug bit you?
So I used to play soccer growing up, right? In school I would play soccer all the time, and I didn't play much cricket until I actually got injured. I injured both my knees, tore my growth plates. And as I was building up the strength in my knee, I started going with my dad to the field, watching the game a lot, watching it on TV all the time. I couldn't do much sport, so TV became a big friend of mine. And, after watching all those games and watching how the people were playing, I got a big image for how the game was. And then after being on the field so much, watching my dad play and his friends, on Sundays just for fun, I went out there and I picked up a bat and I tried to play. And I found it quite easy, but, the basics I picked up easily. And so I worked hours on end, and I just kept practicing to get, perfect my game and get a stronger grip of what I was doing.
But every young man, when you go to school, you would like to discuss what you're doing with your friends. You must have found that difficult, because I'm sure that the school you would have attended at that age, there was definitely no cricket.
Yeah. For me, cricket was not a discussion. It was an explanation. I had to tell people what cricket was. But on top of that, I still played other sports at school. So I continued. I played tennis, tackle, football, soccer. So I even tried a little bit of baseball. So I played every other sport as well at school. So there was an explanation of cricket and discussions of other sports.
You seem to be a bright boy, because I've interviewed people all over the world, and no one has put it so beautifully as Shaun just put it. And I'm going to use it with your permission, of course. Cricket, for those who don't know, it's more of an explanation. And that's wonderful. So you had to actually explain it to them. Has any of them gone on to take up the sport?
I actually had a lot of interest when I reached high school. I was called in to teach some history classes when they would study the history of India and their freedom from England. They would always ask me to come in and teach cricket to the guys. They started a cricket club and would have me come in and teach some of the kids at my high school how to play. So there is some interest. It wasn't big. It's hard, competing with the other sports that have been around and have been popular for so many decades. But there is some interest in America.
And of course, that interest basically is with the diaspora, of course, the Asian diaspora here in America. But Shaun belied all those obstacles, so to speak, to still carve a way for him in sport. And he was actually good enough to be with the Guyana Amazon Warriors in the CPL, which is a very popular T20 league. He was actually with them and training with them. He was on the bench even for the finals in St. Kitts a couple seasons ago. And from being that little boy who would have showed up with his dad on a Sunday, trying to explain cricket in school, all of a sudden you were at a stadium with a team, and the stadium was filled with thousands of people. Tell us that experience.
It was a great experience. I mean, growing up, playing cricket here, Sundays, of course, no one comes out to watch the game. You have the people out there playing, the expats, as you said, and it's not rewarding seeing no one out there. You're just playing and playing. You're playing for fun. You're enjoying it, but it's not the same as seeing thousands of people. So when I got that experience in the CPL, seeing 15, 16,000 people in the crowd, the noise they make, and just that atmosphere they create, it makes you want to work a lot harder and play a lot better, to entertain people as well as, feel your passion of playing the game.
And he's wearing, of course, a Guyana Amazon Warriors shirt. He wears that with pride. And, I would understand, because, moving from a situation where you are playing cricket on a Sunday with just against the other team, spectators down to a minimum, probably 5 spectators and a dog, and the dog might get fed up and walk away after a while, to go in and play in front 15 to 16,000 people. I think that, as he said before, it would have inspired him to work harder. And that brings me to the point that we are at now. Little later on in the program, we're going to take him down to the BRCC, and we are going to see where another part of his development as a cricketer took place. But as for now, Shaun, where's your game at this point in time? You've been a stalwart player in US Open, but that US Open has now been put back to December, and of course you have some other cricketing assignments, not as big as the US Open, coming up. How's your game at this point in time?
I had a great MAC T10, so I had good practice there, good preparation for US Open, and I'm going to be playing a Diversity Cup in Michigan coming up in July. That's next week. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of my training throughout the year is just, fitness work, running, gymming, and just keeping fit for upcoming assignments, because I like those little assignments that come up, 4 days here, 4 days there. It gives you good practice, good match practice for big tournaments that come up later on, like the U.S. Open.
And Shaun has been able to inspire a lot of young cricketers, of course, and knowing what he went through, having to carve a way for himself, he has decided to mentor young cricketers as well. There's a young guy, Adam Khan, who plays up here, and then there's another young guy, Liam Mamchan, who went on to play for Trinidad and Tobago, his national team. And when you speak to him, in an interview in Jamaica where Trinidad and Tobago were playing, he was asked, who were some of the people who were instrumental in changing you and developing you into being this cricketer, and he called the name Shaun Qureshi, which was a bit surprising.
Yeah, when you leave an impression on people, when you help out kids to achieve a goal of theirs, it leaves a lasting impact on them. And a lot of my thing was I had a lot of support from a lot of people, and that helped me a lot in the development of my game. So when I look back to younger people today, I give them that same support and help them as much as I can to create that same impact on them. so that they can develop their game to where they dream to be.
But it must give you a tremendous satisfaction knowing that you would have at least touched the lives of others.
Yeah, I try to do it in every aspect of life, not just in cricket. I'm big on hosting people, hospitality, opening up and helping people feel comfortable. So even if and helping other people, that's my biggest goal on top of cricket, is just to help people. And so part of helping people achieve their dreams and leaving lasting impacts on them is the best thing you can do.
Of course, and the young man has a lot in store for him moving ahead with his wonderful career. He's still a very young man, and he has the world in front of him in terms of cricket. And cricket is also picking up here in America, and that's my final question just for this segment for Shaun. Shaun, you must be a bit buoyed by the fact that cricket today in America, it's a lot more popular, and you're actually seeing some sort of a pathway forward now for cricket here in this country.
Yeah, I mean, you have these leagues like CPL starting and the Global T20 in Canada. You have the help of ICC and the ICC America's office in U.S. now. And you just have more of an interest, more of a guideline of where you can go. It's not just playing cricket on a Sunday anymore. You go to camps throughout the year. These opportunities to play for U.S. and actually go somewhere with it. It wasn't you play for U.S.
here at Boca Raton, and we're going to show you some cutaways where Shaun actually struck the ball, I think in a wonderful chandelier that is just above us. He struck it on top of the curtains. You can actually see two balls up there. Might have been there for years, but probably Mark would have preferred the BRCC. So we're going to show you some clips with Shaun down at another part.
Audio out. Anything? Audio out. Audio out. Audio out. We're checking. We're testing. We're testing. 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Audio out. It's testing 1 2. 1 2. Mic test 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Mic test 1 2. Wait. Try not to shake. Testing 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. We can move back a little bit. Okay. Only write on the score then for me. What was the score? The target score? Yeah, but write it down because we.
Here I 133. I don't know. Too loud and get noise in the background.
Yeah. Noise from the music or?
Tell us from the commentary.
When they start, we put up.
Like static.
Testing 1 2. 1 2. 1 2. Yeah, I turn down. I turn down. Testing 1 2. 1 2. Yeah, I keep on talking. Well, the one chase is about to begin. 133, 134 for victory. So, turn on the mic, Audley. Turn it on. Turn it on. On. No, turn it on. No. That one turn from that. It's on. Okay. Okay, so let's test that. So it's 134 for the victory. So, okay. Yeah, put on the headphone, yeah. The computer on there, on it. Testing 1 2. It's on?
Turn this one on. He's only hearing you.
Yeah.
It's on.
It's on. Which one is this one? I don't remember which one. Let me turn this. Testing 1 2. Okay. How are we coming through? Ask them if you're coming through.
How is it now? You want me to start the commentary meanwhile you fix it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me use
Okay.
a different voice. Let me hear you. Are we live? Are we live?
No, it's not like that.
Okay. Hello.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, he's using the instant mic.
It's coming through here.
Yeah, this is good. I can hear from
But
you.
we are hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're coming through. Just like you.
He's only hearing Ivan.
You don't
Hello?
hear this one?
No, I'm hearing this one too.
That's what we're talking about. I don't know why it's not very because.
Can you hear me? Hello? Testing.
Yeah, test 1 2 3.
Test 1 2 3. Can you hear me, Ivan?
I mean,
Okay. So we live now?
All right, so we want both of you to talk together now. Like this.
Yes. Welcome, Iowa. My co-commentator is going to be Iowa from St. Nevis. The score is 134 to win. As usual, Malhotra and Chima is on the strike. Rizwan Chima from Canada and Jessica Malhotra from USA team. First ball, like I said before, and it's a 6-run. We're going to see a lot of, actually it's a 4-run. We're going to see a lot of fireworks, and that's where it shows the U.S. All-Star is all about the business. They want to put a pressure on the first 6 overs, and that's the first boundary, welcome boundary for the U.S. All-Star. Score moves to the 4. After the first ball, the pressure on the baller. They're starting with the spin, and they try to play the trick, but it seemed like would come back. That's where it shows the class after 4 runs, 0 wicket.
yeah, that was a beautiful shot.
I welcome Iowa Henry He's from St. Nevis, a beautiful island, Iowa. What Nevis? What you think about 4 for 0? And Malhotra shows his class. Oh, ball! What a comeback from the baller. That's what it happens. Sometime when you miss it, you hit it, and the first wicket has down after 4 runs. Yes, Iowa.
Yes, indeed. Well, good comeback from the bowler there, and they're trying to keep it to a minimum, 134 for victory, and the All-Star have lost their first wicket, and all of 9 more to go, but by and large, this score should not be insurmountable. I don't think it should cause any worry for the U.S. All-Star. By all accounts, it's they have been champions in this arena. This is the 10th edition of this U.S. tournament.
Yes, however, the only way the UAE can win this match if they takes all the 10 wickets, because the batting goes down and they bat down the order. And Parnell has arrived. Parnell is from South Africa. He played in CPL, he played in IPL. US All-Star is full with the stars. And Chima is still there, hasn't faced a delivery yet. But first ball, the way Malhotra came to attack. But what a good comeback from Ahmed after 3 balls, 4 runs, but 1 wicket has down. The only way UAE can put pressure on US All-Star by taking wickets. Now we have to see if they still have the experience and they still have the strength. But we see Iowa 3 run-outs, and what a fabulous spell from the Samuel Badri. Took 6 wickets for 17 runs. Second ball, leg side, calls for 1 run. That's where Parnell is showing his class. He came, that if they lost 1 wicket in first over, they're 5 for 1 now. Good over. The first over, they're starting with the spinner. Ahmed is bowling. And yes, of course, my name is Ahmed Rana too. And I'm not bowling over there, Iowa. It's still 5 for 1. It's still 5 for 1. Parnell is on 1. Chima is still on 0. Chima hasn't faced the ball. After 1 over, 5 run for 1 wicket. We've seen a fabulous and super bowling from Badri. Like we know that in 2012 that Badri has made a debut over here, and now this ground has a special memory again that he made today in US Open. We see the first 50 from Adlakha. He batted fabulously from UAE, but what a spell from Samuel Badri is going to go in the memory line for a long time. The bowler is Adlakha. I think Adlakha has to do everything for UAE over here. He did an awesome batting. But now Adlakha is coming to the ball. They're starting with the spinner, Iowa. Parnell is facing Adlakha. Adlakha is warming up. Beautiful weather in Florida, US 10th edition, the Prestige edition. First ball and full toss. And fielding has been set up very good. They are in the business. They know this game is very important. It's always good to win the first match. Yes, Iowa.
Yes, sir, we also have here 10th edition, like you would have said there. And that's going to be a nice deal for the one more season. Well, we're hoping for good weather. This morning was really cold. By Broward and South Broward standard, that it was like we were someplace up north, experiencing colder weather.
I think we came from north, we came from Baltimore. We have bring you the cold weather. There are a lot of teams from New York area, especially teams from Vancouver, California. and then we bring you the cold weather over here. But from me, from Baltimore, I don't feel any cold, but I can imagine for Florida people it's still cold. And you can see some few players are probably wearing the jersey. They're still feeling the cold. Second ball, and that's another gap shot. We have to wait for the umpire to signal. That's a 4-run. Rizwan Chima has arrived on the crease. That's a 4-run. Burnell and Chima still there. Sixteen for 1. Chima has moved to 10. Swing and a mix. Good comeback from Adlakha. But Chima has made 10 runs, took advantage of the power play. 16 for 1 after 2 overs.
Off stump, looking to force on the offside, and through to wicketkeeper Malhotra. That was a quick delivery by Ali Khan. Here goes Ali Khan again, running away from us. This delivery outside the off stump, and that was the nature of the track I was speaking about. It did swing away, but it kept very low because of the fact that that was a wet area, so it didn't get the bounce. There are some dark patches on the track, and it's leading to some of the deliveries just not coming on to the bat as it should. Badri is going to continue. 2 wickets so far. 2 for 8. He comes in now on balls outside the off stump, and a loud appeal. Badri appealing for probably caught behind. Parnell at first slip, looking at the square leg umpire. Probably thinking that should have been a given out stump. Badri again outside the off stump. Flat and quick. It's a short it gives the batsman the room to play with. He gets back deep into his crease and pulls it away through mid-on down to the boundary for 4. The Badri on that occasion guilty of being too short and looking to push it through quickly. Adlaka just getting back and pulling that one. In fact, it was Faizan who moves on now to 9, and the score 32 for 2. Good delivery again from Samuel Badri. The googly seems to be working wonderfully well for him this morning, as I'm joined by Cricket America's Ahmed Rana. You'll hear from him pretty soon. Sam Badri again. This is badly lined and swept away around the corner. It's going to go into the boundary for 4. The boundary is here, not very big at the Central Broward Regional Park. So Samuel Badri just losing it, his line, the last delivery for that over, and swept away for 4. It's the end of over number 5, and UCT, UAE, they are 36 for 2. Let me welcome Ahmed Rana. Ahmed, so far we have seen some exciting play, some wonderful stroke play, and in between that dotted by some good bowling by Samuel Badri.
Thank you, Vinod Mamchan. It's my pleasure and my honor to sit here and do the commentary with you. I always wanted to learn from you, and thanks for inviting me here. Welcome to all the viewers all over the world, especially the viewers in India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and all over the USA and Canada. Yes, the situation is okay right now. They lost the early wickets, but 36 for 2. They're catching up, and last over of Samuel Badri was a little bit expensive. But what a great ceremony we have. I want every viewer who's watching right now, please share our Facebook page, Mac TV, everywhere in the groups where all the cricket lovers can watch.
Thanks a lot, Ahmed. And there is a change of bowling now. Wayne Parnell is coming into the attack. Of course, these days he goes by the name of Wayne Walid Parnell. He has now he's now into Islam. His delivery crashes into the Thai pad, the left-hander. Just coming off a few steps. No long run-up for him, but he's pretty sharp. And we saw what he did at the CPL earlier this year, playing for the Tridents. In 2017, though, he just running in from those few footsteps, he was generating tremendous pace. Actually broke the arm of Brendan McCullum at the Kensington Oval when the Tridents were playing against Trinbago Knight Riders. He's now going to go around the wicket, and he's coming in to the left-handed Faizan. Outside the off-stump, this is driven away over the top, and just go and fetch that. That's 4 runs. Overpitched and deserved the treatment. With the field inside, Faizan was able to go over the top and into the boundary for 4.
Yes, Vinod, the UAE is coming back. You can see they're attacking. They know this is the last over of the power play, and if this over they don't make the score, they don't count in the power play. Parnell is a great bowler, like you said. You know, he played for CPL, he played in IPL, and he played for basically South Africa. But I want to say US All-Star, their name, like All-Star, they have all the stars. One Shima is playing, Parnell is playing, Badri is playing, Jaswant Malhotra is playing.
You're quite right. They have assembled tremendous talent from the West Indies, from South Africa, right here from America, from Canada as well. Better delivery on that occasion by Parnell, just outside the off stump, and shaping away slightly. Equal to the task though, Faizan, just looking at it, playing it under his nose, and he was able to adjust for the late movement, playing it away down to point, where there is no more run. So 41 for 2. Yes, I was saying, you know, they've assembled players from out of Pakistan as well. And we have the Pakistani Faisal Iqbal, who would have played Test cricket for Pakistan. He's a nephew of the great Javed Miandad, and he is on the team as well.
Yes, Mr. Mac Qureshi, the US All-Stars, he hasn't left any single player. I think in this team, players are playing all over the world.
Short delivery from Parnell gives Faizan enough time to see it and play it through the offside. He can't pierce the offside field, and there is no run there. So the score remains 42 for 2. Parnell looking to support Samuel Badri. Ali Khan in his 2 overs, he was all over the shop this morning. A bit unlucky in his first over. but I thought that his lines, as we see there now from Parnell, left a lot to be desired. So the players looking a bit rusty in this first game. The U.S. All-Stars, they're tipped to go all the way.
Yes, Vinod, you're right. I agree with you. You see, before they were wearing a sweater on the field. There's still few players are wearing the sweater, but you see the sweaters are coming off. They are warm up now. Here goes the next delivery.
Delivery outside the off stump. You can see that one swinging away from Faizan, but a lot of room to play through the offside. He was not able to take advantage of it. So with just one delivery again to go in the power play, and Parnell looking to finish good this first over. None for 6 thus far, and he's making a change. He is sending the long on, the mid on back to a wide-ish long on position. That's Muhammad Ali Khan, and he has brought Rizwan Chima into the regulation mid on position. So let's see, he's probably going to go short, and he does outside the off stump on that occasion. They're standing and fanning the bat at that, and then he rehearses the proper shot. Faizan, he was nowhere close to that to play a shot. It's the end of the over. The latest score here at the Central Broward Regional Park. The UCT UAE sent into bat. They are 43 for 2.
Yes, Vinod, you see the second last ball, he bowled in the block hole, and before that was a wide ball. That's where the experience comes in. That's where he's showing that he's a capable of bowler, world-class bowler over here. But you notice something, the partnership of the, 24 runs as of now. So Adlakha and Faizan, they know they need to stay on the wicket because they might be not used to playing over here. But the U.S. All-Star been playing over here all the time, and especially, I forgot to mention Ali Khan. Ali Khan is the product of the U.S. Open, who played for CPL now. And U.S. Open is the biggest tournament in the USA. And now, since we are going to India, I think the viewers watching in India, they might be happy to see cricket in America is promoting. And our chairman, Mac Qureshi, he has done an excellent job. Today, I see him on the ceremony like he's talking from his heart out to show that he's doing something for cricket in America.
Well, it's a change of bowling from the northern end. And speaking about India, here comes Rajesh Sharma outside the off stump, and that is taken nicely by Malhotra. Rajesh Sharma, of course, and he told the chairman, Mohammad Qureshi, that he's going to take the most wickets in this tournament. He did play the ICL before the advent of the IPL. Here Sharma again outside the off stump. This is squatted away down to the cover boundary for 4. Delivery over pitched. He just played through the line. A bad delivery by Sharma on that occasion. Too close to the batsman. And he was able to just go over the head of Rizwan Chima in the circle and down to the boundary for 4. A lovely shot. And this man, he is now... in fact, it's Adlakha. A lovely shot by him. He's getting it. He's finding his feet now. Here's Sharma again. This one is lobbed away. That's the first maximum. That's the first flying 6 of this tournament. And that's an exquisite Boca 6.
It came from the Adlakha bat. You noticed something. You said Sharma gonna take most of the wicket. He told Qureshi. But I think the UAE is targeting Sharma to make the scores. Again, nice ball, the good comeback from the bowler.
Quicker delivery on that occasion. And Sharma tossing up the previous one, and it was carted away for a 6. This time, this is muscled away down the ground, not really getting hold of it. On that occasion, they had Laka, and he gets a single. So Sharma, not being his usual tidy self, this is his first over. He has been doing a lot of work at the BRCC, which is Mohammad Qureshi's personal cricket stadium, working in the nets there. He normally conducts coaching sessions as well, and he has been working very hard leading into this US Open. He's going to bowl now to Faisal, and the panel is brought in to slip, of course. His regulation delivery is expected to spin across the left-hander as it did there, and Faisal on that occasion just plays it with soft hands through the offside. Qureshi runs around from cover, and that's a single. So the end of the over, the end of over number 7. The latest score here, the UCT UAE batting first against US All-Stars. They've made a good start so far. They're 55 for 2.
Yes, we know the partnership is growing up. It's 36 And you notice something, that last ball, Sharma tried to bowl like a dusra or arm ball, so that's why the Adlakha couldn't, read the ball. But now back to Parnell, and Faizan is doing pretty good on the 18, and Faizan seemed like a man for UAE if they want to go for the big score.
The UAE, they have always been impressive in this tournament. This is their third year in operation. That's a good delivery from Parnell, and equally well played by Faizan. He's going to get 4. And I was speaking earlier on of the fact that Faizan seems to be playing as late as he could, and that's the hallmark of a very good batsman. And on that occasion, Parnell got late movement. For one moment, I thought he was squared up, and in fact, he was squared up. But he was able to make that final adjustment to get a great portion of the bat into that one, down to the boundary for 4. Not fine enough to go to Malhotra. Again, looking to drive through the offside, but not getting right forward, beaten. And Parnell is getting some movement here off the track.
You notice something, we know now Faizan body language is telling you he got the 4 run in the first ball. So the pressure on Parnell now. But Parnell has good comeback. Let's watch on the third ball. Leg side, just for single, 1 run. They try to push it for second, but good fielding from the, I believe is the Ali Khan, the fielder was there. Parnell has a good comeback, but you notice something. We've been looking at this match since ball 1. The 2 quick wickets, and US All-Star was all over the game, but good comeback from Faizan and Adlakha. Adlakha has made only 13 runs, but he stayed at the wicket. He's tried to take the single and give as much a strike to Faizan.
Well, the partnership has now reached 41. I think they both batsmen, they understand their roles. You need to keep the scoreboard ticking if the big shots are not coming. Looking to put the bowler Parnell off his mark on that occasion. We saw Adlakha advancing down the track. Lovely day for cricket here. The stadium bathed in gold and black in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the US Open T20 tournament. This delivery peels out the outer half of the bat. Samuel Badri runs around and makes the stop, fires the return back in, and the score goes on now to 61 for 2. A quick delivery there by Parnell. He's getting some pace off the track, and as the sun bakes, the track is going to get faster. I think it'll make for easier batting as the day progresses.
Yes, because we are playing in the turf wicket, and this is ICC approved venue. Short ball, we have to wait for the umpire signal. It's wide ball, so extra run for the UAE. UAE moved to 62 for 2. Parnell looked a little bit under pressure, since the Faizan hit the first ball, the 4 run, and it's, he's trying to make a comeback to this over now. Again, you see the same place, he played the short, and again, we have to wait for the umpire to signal. Seems like the fielder has saved the 4 runs, but we have to wait for the umpire for the signal. After 7 overs, 64 for 2.
In fact, it's after 8, so easy arithmetic will tell you that that's 8 runs and over. So if they continue at 8 and over, they'll get up to 160, which will be a very competitive score. Keep in mind, though, that the U.S. All-Stars, they're packed with batting talent. You look at the U.S. All-Stars batting lineup, and you have guys of the caliber of Rizwan Chima, Faisal Iqbal, he's there. And, of course, these guys, of course, Jaskar Malhotra had back-to-back centuries at the last U.S. Open T20 tournament. A flatter, quicker delivery by Sharma. Holds on to his head. Probably thought that he had gotten through and breached the defense there of Adlakha, who is now looking to play shots. He is on 14. And no sign of Shaun Qureshi just yet, the left-arm orthodox spinner, the captain of this team. He is at mid-wicket, 64 for 2 at the moment. And now Sharma is moving him finer because of the fact that he's bowling those deliveries pretty quickly. He's looking to dart in those deliveries down to the leg stump. This time it's tossed up on the offside. He's in problems here. That's 6 runs over the head, and that's an exquisite Boca 6. Of course, Exquisite Boca, the sponsors, one of the major sponsors of this year's U.S. Open T20 tournament, and that delivery was muscled over long off for 6. So Adlaka, who has shown the propensity to play big shots, he gets his second maximum on that occasion. Sharma again, expect him to go flatter now. And played away on the onside, better delivery. Just trips across and collects.
Yes, Vinod, like I said, they're going to target one of the bowler, and Sharma looked like a bowler they are targeting right now. And Adlaka is, again, he tried to make a short. It was a appeal for leg before. Umpire says not out. So what Adlaka is doing now, Adlaka is trying to, make the runs quicker, and he knows that if he can hit a couple of 6s on Sharma, the scoreboard will be ticking, and they can look at the big score.
Outside the off stump and played away very late to the left of Adikan. Lovely pick up and throw. Back to Malhotra. Single, 71 for 2. And Adlaka goes on to 21. So showing that he's not only about brute force but finesse as well. Delivery just outside the off stump, giving him enough room to play it down to third man. Panel at first slip, he's actually setting the field, and he is now moving skipper Qureshi just wider at a short third man. Better delivery by Sharma, darting that one into the leg stump of Faisal. He can't get it away. And he is on 26. Adlaka is on 21. And the partnership 52. So these two, after a double strike earlier on by Samuel Badri, they were able to rescue the UCT UAE. And in fact, at this point in time, I'll say they are very well placed. Ahmed.
Yes, this is a heaven for cricket, and fabulous weather to play cricket. We are enjoying, and especially by D Sport and Mac TV, we are going in India live, and Pakistan and Sri Lanka. That's where the cricket is mostly in West Indies. First ball, leg side, just down for 1 run, and they're going to push for 2, but seemed like Fazan was not interested. So I think whenever I come to Florida, I feel like this ground right here is the best ground in USA, and ICC approved. India played here with West Indies. You've been here. Bangladesh played with West Indies. CPL matches are coming over here. So cricket is growing in America, like our founder Mac Qureshi was saying it. And you see so many beautiful girls are walking over here, the cheerleaders. This is nothing less than IPL and CPL. Delivering the block hole, but good for 1 run. See, they are rotating the strike. That's where they are showing the experience. They don't have to. T20 is not all about just hitting 4 and 6s, but also when you rotate the strike, you put a pressure on the other team.
Excellent point there, Ahmed. And as you need to rotate the strike, keep the pressure going. The big shots will come. You must get the bad deliveries. And once you rotate the strike, keep getting the singles. Look for the odd 2. And, the bad balls come around. Once you have the ability like that to take advantage of it, you're going to get a good score. Short and wide outside the off stump. Parnell on that occasion, guilty of bowling a short and wide, and slashed away through backward point for 4 there by Adlaka. I like the look of this man, Adlaka. He has a very difficult name to pronounce, but I like the look of him. He's on 26. Faisal is on 26 as well. And now Parnell in his third over, none for 21, 77 for 2. This is over number 10. And at the moment, that's a wide delivery now. The score goes on to 78 for 2. And Faisal and Adlaka continue. So all over the shop, Wayne Parnell at the moment. He is looking to push on and get a breakthrough, because what they need, the only thing at this point in time that can slow these guys down is a wicket. This time he goes with him. The boundaries are very short here at the Central Broward Regional Park. There goes the cheerleading girls. They're enjoying themselves. And that's a 6. So a maximum just over the head of our AP correspondent down there taking those lovely photos. And that's into the crowd for 6. Well, I say the crowd, but it's into the crowd not building up just yet. It's early days for this cricket. Just the opening day. We know it's a working day here in the United States. And at the moment, they're just probably a handful of spectators. I'll call it a gathering after the official opening, but we expect to see a much improved attendance as we progress during this U.S. Open. Down the leg side, and Malocha can't collect. It was a difficult one on that occasion for him, so that's another wide and another single. Takes the score now to 85 for 2. Laka is on 33, Faisal is on 26.
You noticed something about that wide ball and Byron. You noticed something. We know, Adlakha was on only 6 run when, Faizan was on 23. Now you see Faizan only make the 3 run and Adlakha is on 33. So Adlakha is doing attacking and nice down the leg side for 1 run. They're pushing for the second and they make the second run. Very nice running. We have to wait for the umpire. There's a run out. This is the first time they take the second run, but the batsman has to walk back to the pavilion. Umpire has said this is out.
Well, that's a big, big breakthrough. That is just what the doctor ordered for the U.S. Open, U.S. All-Stars, as Adlakha playing that one away through a square leg, looking to go back for 2. He got in, but Faisal struggled to reach back, and he is back in the pavilion for 26. Adlakha is still there on 33. And at the moment, the U.S. All-Stars, they'll be very happy with that breakthrough. These two, they added a total of 68 runs for this wicket, this third wicket. And Parnell getting the breakthrough, not himself, but in his third over, a wicket falling.
What an atmosphere. We know them. Keep looking at the weather, beautiful weather, and especially the cheerleaders, the way they are cheering is almost similar like IPL, CPL, BPL, BBL. There's so many leagues around the world right now, But today in Florida seemed like first time that, biggest tournament of the year, biggest tournament in America has arrived. And I personally believe this is the best tournament so far I ever been noticed in America.
Well, I think you're enjoying the atmosphere, but I think you're enjoying the girls more than anything else, Ahmed. You've positioned yourself in the commentary booth here, and you're actually facing the girls. The cricket could take care of itself. You're focusing on the girls.
I'm also focusing on the game too, but I'm enjoying because the girls are enjoying, and it's been the partnership was very dangerous for US All-Star. I think the girls are cheering for the US All-Star because they got the run out when the Faizan and Adlakha was playing. It seemed like they're gonna go around 160 or 180, but now it's not gonna be easy for the new batsmen, and the batsmen need to set up their eyes, and it's the first game.
Well, the captain Akbar Ali is in, and he is going to receive his first delivery outside the off stump from Riyad Emirates. Talent, a lot of talent here on display here this morning. Riyad Emirates of the Ghana Amazon Warriors fame. He is now into the attack as the 5th bowler, and we all know what he can do. Still no sign of Qureshi. It's a good delivery, and you can actually see Akbar Ali running away from it. He was actually running away, and Emirates saw that and followed him. That's good bowling, looking to tuck up the left-hander. Akbar Ali, he can hit the ball a long way, and he enjoys his cricket. Remember, these guys coming all the way from UAE. It's a UAE UCT team, and they've really enjoyed their stints over the years here at the US Open. Again, Emrit following the left-hander, and he can't do nothing about that. This is good experience shown here by Riyad Emrit.
See, we know big name and big games. See, this is what I'm talking about. Another superstar, Emrit, is playing. He played for West Indies. He plays in the CPL. He plays in IPL. He's showing all his experience. He showed that Iqbal was moving away, tried to cut him, so he's just following his body. Now 3 dot balls, pressure on the Iqbal right now. And 4th ball and down the run for 1 run. That's a quick single, very good running. Little bit fumble from the field. And score moves to 88 for 3. Akbar is made the first run. Adlakha is on 34. I think the dangerous man from UAE is Adlakha. If he stays over there next 3-4 overs, we're going to see some fireworks. But after 10.4 overs, 89 for 3. Emrit is coming round the wicket for Adlakha. Full of star, you know, every player has played a couple of different leagues and played for their country. Good ball, good defense. He wanted to run, but Iqbal not interested. Send him back, the Adlakha. See, when the run out happened, this is what happened. They try to take the next run, but they are under pressure because the run out just happened and they break the partnership by, but good fielding from the US All-Star. They're putting all the effort. I'm waiting for Zisan Qureshi. He might be bowling the next over or maybe after that. He's a good bowler and he practiced a lot as captain of the US All-Star team. Last ball of the over, leg side, just for 1 run. They're not even pushing for 2. They got the run out in the last over. It's probably playing in their brain that, you know, the US All-Star has a good fielders and they can throw right on the stumps. After 11 over, 90 for 3, and Akbar has arrived, just made 1 run, but Adlakha is the dangerous man over here. He has made 35 runs.
We all know what he can do. He has shown it so far. He gives the ball a good thump. 90 for 3. Akbar on 1. Adlakha is on 36. And now we're going to see Shaun Qureshi, the captain of this team. Qureshi, of course, has a record of some sorts here in America, having played every single match of this tournament. And over the last years, when I say every single match, every single tournament over the last 10 years, I see coach Faisal Iqbal is walking around the boundary, his hands behind his back. Of course, he's a nephew of Jafid Miandad. Here is Qureshi. Well pitched up outside the off stump, driven pleasantly down the ground by Adlakha for a single. Qureshi, just to give you a bit of background about him, he actually played. He was actually under the hand of Mansoor Akhtar, the former Pakistani international player. And Mansoor actually changed him from being a right-handed bowler to a left-handed bowler. So we're seeing him operate in that mold at the moment. He's bowling a left-arm orthodox. And he continues now. He's going to bowl to Akbar. Delivery just outside the off stump, played back to Qureshi, who has been in some good form here in the United States. He obviously is at the university at the moment, one of those cricketers from the US that normally flies around, plays in the domestic T20 tournaments, and it's also putting his focus on his studies as well. And I think the fact that Muhammad Ali Khan would have gotten in so big at world cricket now has given all these guys, that this one is hoiked away, and in fact, it's a no ball as well, so that adds insult to injury. It's an exquisite Boca 6, and 7 runs coming because of the fact that it was a no ball. And also now you're going to see a free hit, and that's available now for Adlakha, who is adding it up here at the moment. He's on 42. There is Qureshi. Outside the off stump, looking to play through the offside, but look where his left foot was. It was actually outside the leg stump, so he lost his shape and was not able to play through the offside. Qureshi tighter on this occasion, following him, and then has to retrieve his own ball, now rushing in and picking up, firing the return on that occasion, Chima, and they just they kept it down to 1. The score at the moment, that brings up the 100, so it's 100 for 3, and the UAE, they've started wonderfully well here. Qureshi is looking as captain to get that breakthrough. Good delivery outside the off stump. There's an appeal for stumping. Good work also by Malhotra. So finishing strongly, Qureshi, after being carted away for that 6. And it's the end of over number 12. It's 100 for 3. And if I may ask Ahmad what could be a final, his prediction of a final score, if I can pull him away from looking at the cheerleaders for once, just to give me an analysis.
I think you are looking at the cheerleader as well, and we both are looking at the cheerleaders as well. And of course, it's a beautiful atmosphere and beautiful weather. But since you asked me, I think if Adlakha stays, we are looking at 180 plus. But Imrit is bowling again. What a great shot, right on the straight, and that's a 4-run. Adlakha is showing all his class over here. Score moves to 104 for 3. Adlakha is moved to 43 and 47, and 3 more runs for his 50. I think he's looking to make his 50. So I believe if UAE make 180, that's going to be a good tough score. First ball went for the 4, the pressure on the Amrit. Again, he tried to hit the ball, but the fielder is coming under it. Oh, it's dropped. The first catch of the USA Open has been dropped. Catches, we knew the matches, and that was a good chance. Adlakha was given up. He was not even running. He would just keep looking at the fielder. But once he see the ball hitting the ground, he run like he's a horse in Derby. So score moves to 105 for 3. Akbar is facing Amrit. Amrit is doing so far good. After 1.2 over, has given only 7 runs. Change of the field. What a bouncer. Akbar couldn't understand where the ball was going, but at the end, the ball hit the top of the bat and down there for 1 run. The score moved to 106 for 3. And you see that, what Akbar is doing. He's just rotating the strike. Adlakha is in a good form, and UAE has a chance to make a big score over here. They're playing very well.
The key is Adlakha, and they need to remove him. And I think he understands his role quite well. He just plays this one away for a single. And he could afford to do that. He could afford to go quiet for certain periods of the game, because he has the ability to take the attack to these guys. He has shown that so far. No one has been spared from his wonderful batting.
See, small plannings always help. I see the big teams always planning for the next 4 overs, then the 4 overs. So what Akbar is doing and Adlakha is doing, they're planning for the small phase of the match. Go down in the gap for 1 run. They're going to push for 2. But Akbar has said no to Adlakha. I think they have still in their brain that the run out for Faizan is still there. It's 108 for 3. And now it's on 49. Adlakha is only 1 run short to his 50. But what a great inning from him. He shows us some fireworks. And then what a fabulous boundaries he hit, and especially my favorite one, right straight on Amrit ball. Amrit is ready for ball. Nice, this is 50. What a great inning he has played. It shows the class over here, all the way from UAE. Adlakha has made the first 50 of the US Open. The scoreboard moves from 109 after 13 overs.
Yes, Ahmed, and congratulations to him. So he has now scored the first half century in the 2018 very prestigious 10th edition of the U.S. Open. Congratulations to him. And Qureshi is now going to continue the attack here from the southern end. And Laka is the key. They need to remove him with 7 overs to go. And 109 on the board. They may well, if they could push with the wickets in hand, they could easily get up to 180, 185 from this position. So Qureshi would not want that. And he'll be looking to do his thing to see if he can prize the batsman out. This is outside the off